It's the road to Redbull Wololo Legacy for the July weeklies, week number 1, and it's a quarterfinals between Beastyqt and 3DB. On the map Cauldron, a community-generated map on the west side of the map, we have got Beastyqt playing in blue as the Mongols. On the east side of the map, we have got 3DB playing as the Delhi Sultanate. An interesting matchup, I suspect, with the Mongols. As always, we're probably going to be seeing an outpost rush. We'll see if that happens. But a nice spawn here for the Mongols, played by Beastyqt. Got the wood line, got the gold very close by. And the Aoe4 is actually not too far off either. Actually, a nice deer patch here. These could be pushed into the town centre very nicely if needed. On Cauldron, we've got this central area here where there's a lot of fishing that can be gathered. And we see 3DB do just that with a dock there as the Delhi Sultanate. Obviously, the meta is still being established on this map, and this is such a nice thing to see because actually, if you think about it, BC can't really push this and the primary base at the same time. Not until at least the 5-6 minute mark, unless if he's being super aggressive. And so 3DB going to be going for the fish really early on and get a lot of fishing. Now think about the Delhi Sultanate and their fishing ships can actually fire arrows, so 3DB going straight out for that dock means that he can protect this position with these fishing ships, as opposed to, you know, for example, if the Mongols docked as well. The Delhi Sultanate would always win that water area. And there's just so much fishing ship kind of potential here. There's so much fish to be gathered super fast for the Delhi Sultanate. You can see going very heavy on wood. That food count will be rising relatively soon, but not on gold just yet. So the feudal age time will be relatively delayed for 3DB, which could be an issue going against the Mongols because the Mongols do often do an outpost rush, and we do see 2 spearmen coming out now, likely to be doing that. And yeah, that's the consideration to be brought in mind here because I think Beastie has to just avoid this area. Can't really put outposts because the fishing ships, if they notice them, they'll just shoot down the villager and the spearman. And if the outposts do go on the wood line for 3DB, 3DB needs to be careful because he won't be up to the feudal age anytime soon, really. Especially not having villagers on gold just yet. He's going for a barracks himself, though. So we'll be able to look to defend himself, at least on the way up, as he gathers the resources to get to the feudal age himself. You see another 2 spearmen going to be coming out for Beastie. Let's just see where those units are exactly here. There's the Khan scouting out. Spearmen are halfway across the map. It's quite a large map, so there's quite a lot of distance to cover. 3DB just putting the ball there, probably by accident more than anything. Oh, 3DB needs to be careful not to use a scout though. He does get a couple of hits and a couple of HP damage on the spearman. He knows what's coming. What'll be interesting is if Beastie knows about this, he doesn't actually see this dock, I don't believe. Actually, no, he has seen it. He has seen it, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do anything about it, really. At least not for now. There is the outpost going up for Beastie, and the thing about this situation is that VDB thankfully does have this back wood line to go to, and that's actually really critically important because it means that 3DB doesn't have to rush taking this down. Obviously, it won't be ideal for this to go up, and he'll probably look to siege this down before feudal age kicks in for Beastyqt, or at least shortly after, before arrow slits can come in. Beastyqt is certainly committing to the Dark Age here. And the good thing about going up against an outpost rush is that, well, the Delhi Sultan can match like for like hit. They've got a scholar, they've got 2 spearmen, they're going to siege us down actually, and he's got the fishing ships in amongst us the whole well through, so that's incredibly strong for him. As you can see, the outpost not going to be doing too much damage. Oh, actually, might be taking out the scholar. That'd be a bit of a disaster if it happens. It doesn't. And now, really, 3DB just needs to wait for another scholar to pop out to heal both of them up together. And it looks like the outpost is going to go down. So the outpost rush has been stopped already in the tracks. The Khan being there's a bit of a pain, but 3DB buying himself enough time here. The outpost on fire. And does go down. There we are. So 3DB going to be able to hold on to his position. Got that wood line still, not having to invest in another batch of wood, or another lumber camp, or relocation idle time. And as you can see, villagers... Oh, there's a village going to be going there for Beastyqt, looking to try and snipe the dock position. Wow, 3DB will not want to let that happen. He needs to keep an eye on that because he'll be able to snipe the villager if he notices it. He doesn't notice it just yet, and that's actually a huge issue. If 3DB notices this could foil the plans for Beastyqt, but he's not noticing. This is going to be a key part of the game, in the early game at least. That ability to spot this out or not. Is that Beastyqt trying to get an outpost on the front line? This is probably what's distracting 3DB at the moment. Yeah, the fishing ships don't realise. They'll notice before it's too late. Well, will they notice it before it's too late? That is the question. Remains to be seen. Units cycling around. And 3DB will... Oh, just notices it in time. That is so lucky. There is literally... Oh my god, that's so close. It's so close. But it looks like Beasty is looking to try and take down the fishing ships. Needs to be careful here. 3DB needs to focus on the villager. Does not need to let this go up. He can't let this go up. The villager will go down though. Beasty not able to get that outpost up so close yet so far. And that is huge because now Delhi can fish here for free. And that is huge. Huge amount of economy there. 3DB looking strong. And probably on his way up to the food age relatively soon. Just needs a bit more food. Got enough gold. That's the important bit. Beastyqt now getting the gold he needs. He already has the food. But he invested a lot in the spearman. Didn't get a whole lot of damage out of it. And this outpost looking to go up. B needs to pay attention here. He needs to pay attention. He can't let this outpost go up. And it probably will actually at this point if he's not noticing. Yeah, he won't notice. The outpost will go up. And that's an issue. The villager will survive. But B needs to snipe the... Oh, he didn't snipe the spears. That's actually pretty huge. Now this outpost will be able to do some damage here because of the fact that he's got 2 spearmen garrisoned in. But the issue is that the ships won't be too bothered by that. Because of course the dock will heal them up. As you can see that, we can see the plus signs there, healing up the fishing ships. And now we see Beastyqt going up to the next stage. But an additional 2 spearmen in there is going to fire more arrows. Going to do even more damage to the fishing ships. But with good micro here, B will be fine. B is going up with the Dome of the Faith. Got plenty of spears on the field as well. And all things looking comfortable for Delhi here. Because they're getting free upgrades. You can see, has already got forestry. Has already got wheelbarrow coming in. I think he might have clicked that a little bit late there, B. Well, actually, he probably didn't go to berries for quite a while. Why would he need to when he got fishing economy like this? Spearman looking to try and deny that age up. Bit of a difficult spot to be putting that landmark, but he does have the villages on the other side. The western border will be fine. Mongols looking to get the raid damage here, which he will be able to do. B can't delete this gold mine anymore. But let's take a look at the food income because it should be relatively high for 3DB. It is. It's more than double here. That's pretty insane, all things considered. Villagers going up to repair the mining camp just before it gets the raid bonus. And villagers are fighting as well, using the scholars as well to good effect here. 3DB pushes those spearmen away. Still fighting. Good few hits here. There are quite a few weak spearmen though for 3DB. He needs to be careful not to lose them, especially when he has the potential to heal them up. Takes a fight. Mongols uses the attack speed arrow. Now this is going to be a good fight for Beasty. 3DB going to lose quite a bit there, trying to get the gold he needs. But he needs to invest in feudal age army here. We're going for a stable and a barracks and a blacksmith for the upgrades. Still has a decent position here in the middle. Can actually still fish this area here. Won't be able to get a free fish boom. But if you can take care of this outpost, then that'll be ideal. It is being having Aristotle's research though, which is an issue. Oh, 3DB actually managed to push that back. I'm not entirely sure how. I didn't have the numbers, but he's certainly pushing it back now. 3DB has the blacksmith, but not queuing anything up in it just yet. You just get the feeling that if 3DB can now transition to get some of the sacred sites, that would be super strong for his gold income and castle age time because he's got the food he needs in terms of the amount of income he's getting. Beastyqt has actually got a lot of food income as well, which is rather surprising seeing he's not on fish, but he probably has a lot of villagers there. 18 on food for B, 16 on food for Beasty. But you can just take a look at the income per minute, how much of a difference that is. Another outpost looking to be put out by Beasty. That will cause a lot of damage actually. I'm not sure 3DB will want to allow that to happen, but even if he does lose his fishing economy now, he's got so much value from it already. He won't want to lose it for free, that's for sure. Horsemen and spearmen there on the field for 3DB. Looking to build up a bit of a force in the feudal age. Continues to make those scholars. Looks like they're actually supervising or they are garrisoned in these production buildings because he's got efficient production. It means that he's effectively producing at the rate of 2 stables and 2 barracks here. As you can see, the units are really popping out here. Some scholars coming forward as well, maybe looking to get the sacred sites. Let's just take a look if he's got sanctity. Getting it in now, 1 minute away. Looking to prep the sacred site areas. Oh, but there is an outpost there on the north, sacred site put down for Beasty. Look at, and the south. And the center as well, so getting the sacred sites will be a bit of an issue for the Delhi Sultan. He'll need to clear them up before he can get any more damage, but rather he's going to cycle through with the horsemen, looking to get some value if he can. Horseman looking to take down the over, but is getting fired up on the town centre. Needs to go around the other side. We'll do just that. There are a couple of spearmen there looking to put some pressure on. Only 2, but now there are 4. Horseman back off there on the base of Beastie. The ship's still working nicely here. Moving on to Deer as well to get that food income. Struggling for the gold. Beastyqt almost up to the castle age though. That'll be key. But he has... Oh, there's a lot of military here for B. 40 military versus 10. He'll easily be able to take out these units, these buildings, especially the Ovu, because it can't pack up and move like the barracks is. But there is a scholar there as well, so even if he takes some Aoe4 from the town centre, he should be able to heal some of his units up. And that's what's going to happen. He's going to take care of the Ovu. Sanctity is now in, but won't be able to get free access to the sacred sites. And the Ovu will be going down. Lots of horsemen and spearmen here. 3DB looking to be aggressive. Beastie actually looking to take up here to the castle age. Despite being under so much pressure, that could be a problem for him actually, because I mean, sure he's going to get castle age, but he doesn't have many resources to get castle age units, and he's under a lot of pressure here. Horseman will go down though, not being healed up by the scholar, and the sacred site is looking to be taken here. Despite arrow slits, the scholar will be possibly going down here. Quite expensive loss there for 3DB, but not as expensive as it could have been if he didn't have the Dome of the Faith. Dome of the Faith and Landmark, which reduces the scholar's cost by 50%. There is a market going there for 3DB, probably looking to just balance the economy. He is actually looking pretty good to get up to the car stage now. Another scholar might be going down if he's not careful. We shall see what it goes for, whether it's the compound of the Defender or the House of Learning. I'd like to see the House of Learning to get those upgrades, in particular Honed Blades, if he decides to go for Lancers perhaps. We shall see what he decides to do. Going to look to try and snipe the villagers building the Step Redoubt. Won't be able to snipe them, but we'll be able to idle them. They do garrison inside the town centre, and the idle time is much appreciated for BE, I'm sure. There's the age up, going up with the compound of the Defender though. With about 19 villagers, actually make that 17 because these guys are dancing around. Scholar, another scholar going to the north, which is not what he wanted, I suspect. Might lose another scholar there. Just managed to get away with it, but Beastie gets to the castle age now. And there are fishing ships being lost here for 3DB in the centre, but he won't mind too much. He's got a lot of fishing ships early on to get that economy, but he needs to push into other food resources, going quite heavy on the deer once that runs out. He has actually got the berries as well, so this is quite a nice spot for 3DB because he went to the fish early. He's still got his berries from the starting of the game. Both players now are in castle age. We do see Lancers coming out from that stable, which is being garrisoned with a scholar. Okay, 3DB clears out the north sacred site. We'll be capturing that for that gold trickle. It looks like Man at Arms is on the cards here. 3DB as well. Beastie actually not producing anything, which is rather surprising. He's got a lot of food and gold. I'm not sure why he's not spending anything. Go for a prayer tent and some shaman, most likely for the relics. So it looks like 3DB doing a better job of spending his resources here. Gets a couple of, gets a lancer and a Man at Arms. Yeah, it's going to be Man at Arms for Beastie. On that sacred side of the north, being walled in, that will secure that area for quite some time. Continue that 150 gold trickle. There are 3 Man at Arms though heading that way, looking to decap that sacred site. The spearmen might just wall them out. That would be pretty important if they can wall them out. Looks like to be the case. Spearman, 4th Beastie, looking to push out the Man at Arms more just for scouting information, I suspect, for 3DB, just sending that one forward. Won't want to commit too much to many Lancers actually, because there are a lot of spearmen here which are veteran now. Actually, the hardened spearmen on the field for the Mongols. Keeping your Man at Arms and a lance on the North Gold there should prevent that expansion if we can. Here comes the army trickle. Okay, 44 villages for Beastie, 51 for 3DB. Part of that will be the fishing ships, but there's only 4 of them. Looking to get access to the south of the sacred site, walling that up as well. And that gold income will certainly be helpful. Slowly but surely, the Delhi imposing themselves in this game, getting the map control it needs with the army. A lot of spearmen though, that needs to be taken care of. But will the wall get up in time? I suspect it will. Looks like the southern sacred site is going to be taken now, but there are lots of spearmen looking to maybe push that position. We hear the jingle jangle of relics being picked up. Let's take a look if any have been picked up and deposited just yet. None for the Mongols. 2 relics already in for the Delhi Sultanate. The gold income is certainly going to be good. This is the 3rd relic here as well. And a sacred site being captured here, which has been nicely walled up, although pretty still open on the side. Central sacred site being taken, or at least the relic is, for Beasty. Mad Arms looking just to snipe some villages on the gold. Won't be able to do too much damage other than idle time, which is actually still not to be snuffed at. Pretty good damage you can do by idle time. There's a third relic coming in soon. There's that sacred site. Should bring that monk back home. Would be 4 relics, which would be fantastic if he gets them. Third one has been deposited. Just the 1 relic in so far for Beasty. About to come in now. Northern sacred site looking to push that issue, but there are 2 lancers there. If he can take out some good hits on the spin without noticing, this could be huge. The spin would be able to counter this. Probably won't be enough to take out 2 lancers, but still, in any case, get some free on the right outside of the map. There's a bit of a battle here with the Man at Arms. Spearman doing a lot of damage and tanking. There is a Lancer there as well. The mop up, and those Man at Arms do go down. Again, 3DB looking comfortable, getting some tower elephants on the map. Sniping the Shaman. If he can snipe 2 Shamans, that would be really, really good for him. And he does manage that. At the moment, looking strong here for 3DB. 41 military versus 27. This is where Deddy kind of shine often in the mid-feudal age. The gold income, as you can see, pretty huge for 3DB with 2 sacred sites and 4 relics. 1,000 gold per minute is the income, more than double that Beasty has at the moment, despite Beasty having a step down. Khan has been killed, the overview has been depleted, everything going haywire for the Mongols. I'm just kidding, but there is a running joke that if you lose it over for the Khan as well, pretty much GG for the Mongols. There's a lot of armies still here for Beasties. We're going for crossbows as well, which will certainly help against the armoured units. Archers now are walling up this left side, so it's mostly going to be concentrating fight down the middle. Fishing ships still working away, but those will probably be taken away, sniped by the crossbows. Here come the Man at Arms, looking to try and take out the outpost, but won't be able to do too much damage, not enough of them. Spearmen and tower elephants coming from behind. Let's just see how many scholars he's got, because if BB has a lot of scholars, he could be able to send them forward and heal up his army. There's mangonel being built on the field there for the Mongols. Scholar under attack. Maybe looking to get the central sacred site as well. Start that timer. Yeah, central sacred site is being captured now by the 3 scholars. This is going to be huge. Gold income going to be massive. And just get the feeling that with the market, 3DB can balance his economy and really look strong in military production. May even think about going to the Imperial Age, probably early for that, because we do still have a huge amount of Castle Age still on the cards most likely. Crossbows doing good work here for Beastie. A nice unit choice there to get rid of the Man at Arms and Lancers. A big fight here in the middle. You just get the feel that Beastie will be taking this fight. It's got a lot more units, but you never really know when there are 4 or 5 scholars involved. It can always be tricky to predict fights because how quickly these guys can heal. Tower elephants doing damage, but not getting damage done to them, or at least it's being healed up as soon as it is. Spearmen moving into the other spearmen. Spearmen would actually be the natural counter for the tower elephants to some extent, but the scholars doing great work here. Some of the scholars do go down though. Still 3 remaining. Looks like 3DB might need to back off from this, using the fishing ships in the fight as well, which is a nice move. Getting a Bagler as well to add to the fight, and needs to take out the mangonel, but it's being repaired by a single villager, and that's going to be an issue because now 3DB losing the scholars, lost another one, only 2 left, but there are 4 tower elephants doing quite a bit of damage here, being healed up by the scholars now. Both players actually retreat, which is rather surprising for Beastie. He doesn't have the unit counter he wants, I suspect. Now the Bagler and the fishing ships looking to do some damage on the outpost. Getting rid of these outposts will be huge actually. There's still a lot of fishing ships, well, fish to be had. A decent number, 5 fishing ships, not bad. Look at that gold income for 3DB. I think he's just probably using the market now because 1,700 gold per minute is a little bit insane. Of course, coming for the 4 relics and 3 sacred sites. And 21 villages on gold, holy moly. And get it's deployed, looking to take out, ooh, that was a lot of damage on those fishing ships. One does go down, the other 2 are going to be healed up though. Yeah, we can see the tower elephants being produced by 2 archery rangers. One of them has the scholar in it, so effectively 3 archery rangers there. The issue is that the timer has been started for the sacred site, and the gold income will be pretty insane at this point. Beastyqt going on stone, maybe looking to save up for a keep to try and get some map control. Mangonel getting good value though. Mangonel might take out the dock actually, that's pretty important because of course these fishing ships do need a drop off point, and so if this goes down, B will have to produce another. He actually does a force drop off for that 142 food before the dock gets destroyed. Mangonel's still alive though, and kicking. Again pushing forward. Beastie trying to get some static defenses in the form of outposts. One gets denied, but it still has two more there. Aristotle's, well, Springald emplacement coming in for this one at the back. That one goes down. Springald emplacement is in though. And on the north, looking like Magadai going to try and raid here, using the Khan's ability as well. Villagers trying to get an outpost there, doesn't get up in time. Now the Magadai going to run riot in the base for the Beastie. 3DB looking to get the outpost now though. Magadai trying to snap villagers underneath the town centre. I'm not sure if that's... I mean, to be fair, the villagers have been garrisoned. Only space for 10. Let's pick off a villager though. We'll lose the Magadai underneath the town centre. He won't mind that. Certainly a decent trade there getting the village, but a lot of tower elephants here on the field now for B. Be able to push those and micro those spearmen and heal up behind. That is the key issue here. The micro and also the scholars really help improve the health of these tower elephants. Might lose one though. Does indeed lose one. Might lose a second. Manages to back off though. Looks like the Magadai still trying to get some value on that gold mine. But at this point, B won't mind having villagers taking off gold. He won't need it. Not a lot else going on. Let's just take a look at what Beastie's up to. Does have that one relic. Not a lot. Moved out to the external gold there. A little bit more exposed, but it's not as though B can push that just yet. B Magadai and the Khan still running around. And as I said, this is going to be the big focus for a fight. There are 3 Mangonels on the field. BGB is going to need something against the Mangonels. Maybe some Springals of his own. Doesn't have a siege workshop though, I don't believe. And just investing in more tower elephants. 4 of them on the way. Holy moly. Really building up the numbers here. First game of the set. Best of 3. Beastyqt, of course, already qualifying for the main event for the Redbull Wololo Legacy, courtesy of being the N4C champion. 3DB looking to secure his place there still. Missed out earlier in the month. Beastie's got quite a lot of army on the field though. 53 military for 3DB, 42 for Beastie. What's interesting is that Beastie is actually lagging behind on villages. I'm not entirely sure why that's the case. It's a little bit odd. I don't know if Delhi have gone for a second town centre. Doesn't appear so it's a little bit strange. I think Beastie's just not been able to keep the town centre as running as much as 3DB has. Mangonel's getting good shots, but tower elephants just gonna micro against the spears. Do take a couple of them out. You feel that the Mangonels is the big issue. A couple of scholars do go down, just the one actually. They're healing up each other again. Now there comes the push with 3DB. Pushes the villagers off the wood line. That's gonna be an issue. Beastie's gonna have to relocate his wood line rather extensively. Tower elephants looking to take out the Mangonels. I suspect some villagers will come to repair those, but actually Beastie's not happy to push let himself get pushed back. He's gonna push back with his spears and the Mangonels and a couple of Mangadai and Lancers, as well as crossbows in the mix. 3DB just going full tower elephants here, and scholars, a lot of them, as you can see. Slowly pushing Beastie back. Might be even able to take out the Aoe4, which will be important. One Mangonel does go down, gets sniped. Might lose a tower elephant for his troubles though. No, the scholars doing great work to heal this up, so no units being lost here for B. That's actually really significant here. Yeah, another Mangonel being built, but just get the feeling 3DB's dealt with the Mangonels before, he'll deal with them again. And the timer is still rocking and rolling for the sacred site, so that's the issue. Beastie not really able to decap them whilst the pressure is on the middle here. Does lose one elephant though, might lose, no, just the one. These sacred sites have been walled up, so can't really break in easily to decap it in the central areas where the fight is happening. You get the feeling Beastie's struggling here because of the sacred sites and the gold income that brings. B, but 1,000 stone. I suspect we'll see villagers being rushed forward here to build that keep offensively, to build on a stage to attack, because he's got a lot of stone on the field. Holy smokes, 1,140. Keep here would be really strong. Again, Beastie having to relocate his villagers. They're going to be really vulnerable underneath the town centre on the sheep, and that's the issue. Does have 2 Mangonels. I think that's been built, yeah. No, 2 Mangonels, 2 more being built, but it might be too late because the elephant's now going to make work on the town centre. Beastie struggling in the first game on Cauldron. Mongols versus Delhi. Delhi pushing ahead. Look at the number of scholars. You just get the feeling that these can't be pushed. Even though the town centre is focusing fire on the scholars, there's so many tower elephants, there is a big fight here now. Beastie looking to protect that town centre. If you can get some decent kills here, especially on the scholars, that'll help his cause. Trying to focus fire on the scholars, but scholars healing each other up a little bit. Tower elephants just running around here. And this is looking bad for Beastie. A lot of idle economy. 16 villagers there idled. And this is looking rough because the Tower Elephant's getting so much value and being healed by the Scholars at the same time. Mangonel's not doing the work that you need to. There are 4 of them as well, so that's a bit insane. Tower Elephant sniping at the crossbows now. And once the crossbows go down, you just get the feeling the Mangonels will go down after that. And this is the push. The Mangonels won't go down because Beastie calls it before that can even happen. 3DB goes 1-0 up in the set. Best of 3. 3DB looking strong. Beastie's Mongols have been defeated. Game number 2 coming right up. Here we are, ladies and gents, to game number 2 between Beastyqt and 3DB. The quarterfinals for the Road to Redbull Wololo Legacy July weeklies on the west side of the map. In blue is 3DB playing as the French. On the east side of the map, we've got Beastyqt now playing in red as the Delhi Sultanate. So Beastyqt is now actually playing the Delhi Sultanate, making that switch round, coming up against the French on Arabia. 2 classic civilizations for Arabia, very strong civilizations. Which we'll see how this one pans out, because now Beastyqt does need to get a win under his belt to be within the chance of progressing to the semi-finals. And we will be having the quarterfinal match between Lenok and Wham coming after this. And the winner of that set and the winner of this set will be playing each other in the semi-finals. French versus Delhi. Interesting civ matchup here. 3DB going for the French. French can be incredibly strong in the feudal age. They're renowned for it. They're known for it. Could be looking to harass the Delhi Sultanate early on, but Delhi Sultanate are no slouches in the feudal age. They can be relatively aggressive, and they're quite nice, well-balanced civ in terms of both eco and aggressiveness, because they get the free eco upgrades for, as you see, wheelbarrow being researched. It's going to be coming in 3 minutes for absolutely free. But also they've got the capability of producing quite quickly in terms of units by getting efficient production from the mosque, which allows scholars to garrison in military buildings, boosting production speed by 100%. So you kind of get 2 for the price of 1 in terms of the building, not the units though. Of course, you still have to pay full price for those units. A lot of sheep coming in for Beastyqt. This is quite nice actually. I know obviously with the Delhi Sultanate and the Abbasid dynasty, they're kind of a bit more primarily organized or focused on the berries. But having these sheep are actually really important, because not only does it deny your opponent, which is actually a big thing when you're coming against the French. You don't want the French to have too many sheep. They're so food heavy as a civilization. You having these sheep is actually quite nice as well, because once the berries are taken, well, you've got this nice safe resource to come back to underneath the town centre. You don't have to focus on deer. Well, you can if you want to, but you've always got that option to retreat back to the town centre. We do see 3DB going up to the next stage now. With had 5 villagers on food, had 8 villagers on food, now has 5, sending 3 to wood, using 3 villagers to build the School of Cavalry. Villagers for Beastyqt just getting that wood in for the next lumber camp, or the first lumber camp rather, needs to collect that up. Of course, he went for the early mosque to increase the research speed. Villagers on the gold line just being pushed about a little bit by Beastyqt's scout. Kind of annoying mechanism, but it's something that has to be done, I suppose. It's in the game, so it is what it is. Dome of the Faith, or the Delhi Sultanate as the landmark of choice. No surprises there. I'm waiting for the day that we'll see the Tower of Victory. 3DB going for the berries, running out of sheep, that's the big issue. Not having the sheep is actually going to hurt 3DB quite a bit here, significantly. And small details like that can play a big influence, because the bees aren't particularly fast to gather. The mill could be just for early wheelbarrow, but it does actually in fact look like it'll be relying on the berries anyway. Sheep actually being looked to garrison or go back to the town centre, but we need to be careful not to lose them. Scout there, moving away for Beastyqt now. It has reduced health. Full cavalry almost up to the next stage for 3DB. Hope you guys enjoying this set and the casting that I'm doing these days. I'm covering a lot of the Road to Redbull Wololo Legacy games, and I'm enjoying it so far. Hope you guys are too. Let me know if you are, and if you have any feedback for improvement, it's always very welcome, because I'm trying to make it as a caster, trying to improve as a caster, looking long term, maybe specifically focusing on Age of Empires 4, but maybe even other games that may come out in the future. But in particular, Age of Empires 4 is a special place to be. There's the barracks going down for Beastyqt. No surprises there, because he's going to expect knights coming his way relatively soon. As we see, that knight has been Queued up. I'm going for the deer here. We can see the French looking to get the pocket ecos, Beastie being annoying, pushing the deer away as best he can. Just to reduce the efficiency of the deer. Not too bad, just 2 of them a bit further out. Scout's now going to chase down the deer for Beastie. Oh, it looks like B's going to go for a second town centre, going for the stone. Or at least that's what it appears to be. Maybe outpost rush for Araslits, but that can be done, and that has been done by the French, by the way. Like a delayed outpost rush with the army, because the army is often very strong in the village. You often get a lot of map control, but it does look like it's going to be more of a second town centre, which is a bit more expected, a bit more meta of a play. And don't forget the French have their faster working town centre, so they will be ahead on villages already. Looking to double down on that advantage already. 24 villages for 3DB, 20 for Beastie, but the big thing for Beastie is getting his eco upgrades for free. Scholar pops out of the Dome of Faith, looking to be garrisoning that the mosque. Does have a barracks garrisoned with Scholar, looking to get the spearman out. Knight does rush in, gets a charge attack, but now has to back off. Does get hit by the spearman, not ideal for the French, played by 3DB. Still looking to get some more knights on the field. Another one's queued up. 3 villagers over there on the deer, relatively exposed. Does get survival techniques as well. Speaking of survival techniques, there's a very nice build order with the English, going for survival techniques for a fast castle all time. But experimenting with them, it's very, very fast to get to the feud ledger. Of course, that's a different civilization, different matchup. We can talk about that another time, I suspect, when we see those games happen. I'm sure we'll run into an English game on Altai. Looking to wall up here, Beastie. Looking to play defensive. I mean, I do really feel like Beastie's one of the more defensive players out of the professional players, but he does do a really good job of it. It feels like this game is going to be a bit slower than some of the others have become accustomed to with the French and the Delhi. Especially with the fact that he is going for a second town centre, Beastie's looking to wall up. Scout just going to back off there. Spearman gets sniped for 3DB. Nice play there, but the Spearman will be able to build that wall up. A nice bonus that the Delhi Sultan will get, of course. Cheapo about to run out soon. Actually, he's got a decent number there still, actually. Not too bad. Three left. We see the villagers have now moved off to get that second town centre. Let's just take a look where they've gone. They're going forward, actually. Relatively far forward. Holy moly. They're going for the boar, I suspect. I think it's going to be for the boar. Spearman manages to take out one of the knights there. It's not ideal for 3DB. Would love to have kept that knight alive, especially if he gets chivalry, heal it up. But it is indeed going for the boar. Going to use the knight and the scout to take it out. And the villagers too. Needs to be careful not to lose a villager. Won't though. Using the knight to tank most of the damage. Nice spot for a second town centre, has to be said, because it controls the boar position. There is a bit of a woodline. There's a sacred site there as well. Spearman going forward to the middle, looking to wall this off. Bit of a tricky one because of the gold vein there. That's actually a bit rough there. I don't think that can be walled up very easily. Oh, it does manage to get in though, actually. Looking to get that central sacred site. Will he be sending a scholar in soon? Yeah, you're sending a scholar. Getting that gold trickle would be nice for Beastyqt for the central sacred site. We're going for the berries here on the external part of the map. The east border. Arch range going down for 3DB for the French. Looking to get that optimal, I wouldn't say optimal, but you know, very, very nice army composition that the French often go for, being the knights and archer play. Sacred site looking to be captured now in the middle. Just going to alert 3DB to that situation. Going for the north sacred site as well. Looking to wall that up with spearmen, and this could be becoming a bit of a problem for 3DB if it doesn't deny that. Because that gold income will start to be increasing for Beastie. And it really helps getting the fast castle age time for them. Knight's going to come back around, trying to stop this raid from the horsemen on the gold. Outpost going up to defend that position. Good thing for 3DB, he'll actually be able to afford Aristots there. He's got 50 stone. So if he so wishes, could be able to get Aristots. Yep, costing exactly 50 stone. 2 sacred sites now under the belt for Beastie. The gold income's going to start to really be boosted with that. But don't forget, 2 town centres really strong for the French here. 31 villages for Beastie, 37 for B. But the issue really is that if Beastie decides to be relatively aggressive in the feud age, you could possibly do some damage here before the eco for 3DB really kicks in. He's done a great job of walling in the sacred sites. Won't be able to have access to this third one. This is actually a really nice play by B actually, it has to be said, because not only does he get the ball, he denies his opponents the sacred site. He probably won't, I mean, he could go for it himself in the castle age, but it's not really the big thing he's thinking about. It's more about denying it for the Delhi. Building up quite a large army here, though, of knights and archers. And the ability of the horseman, looking to deny this outpost, it will possibly go up. No, actually, the villager has to pull away. He won't be able to do it in time. There is an archer, that villager will go down. There was still one more villager that will be allowed to build it, but that's if the horsemen get involved. Yeah, the horsemen do have to back off. The outpost will go up eventually, not without casualties, though. Knight's going to push that way, backed up by the archers. Beastie is now fully walled up on that south border. His base, and walling across that wood line might not be a bad option, actually. Offer him a lot of protection. But he's going to go quite heavy on the army and few as you expect. Quite a lot there. 10 spearmen, 6 horsemen, 4 scholars. Mostly knights and archers is on the cards for B. Having those two sacred sites actually really strong for the Delhi Sultanate. It's equivalent to, well, each sacred site is 150 gold. The 300 gold in particular is just less than 10 villages. Each villager mines about 40 gold per minute. About the equivalent of 7 villagers there, really. Horsemen, going to try and get some damage on the villagers on gold, but the villagers do garrison in that outpost. VDB spent his stone on something, I'm not entirely sure what exactly just yet. Getting an outpost there on the front lines near the town centre as well, just to add a little bit more protection. Go for another mill on the deer. Here's a big fight here. The knights need to back away. There's so many spearmen, scholars, horsemen. Beastie really doubling down in the army. 20 military for the French, 38 for Beastie. Now the thing is about the French army is they're highly expensive with the knights, and that means you can't afford as many. Delhi can afford these cheap units, being the spearmen. Horsemen aren't as cheap, but they're not the most ground-shattering expense. Beastie gonna get the charge attack off from the knights. That B managed to do that, and we're gonna push away the horsemen. There's only one knight there that's doing that, really. Horsemen do back off the Beastie. He's not wanted to lose his army here, his mass, especially with them being split up like this. And I wonder if Beastie sees that Southern Sacred Site. Does he know that's there? And as in, he knows it's there, but does he know that there's a town centre? I don't think he does. He's going to find out the hard way. There, he finds out. Horsemen going to get damaged by the arrow fires from the town centre, but not too badly, to be honest. They're tanking a lot of damage, surprisingly. 11 villagers idled here. The horsemen looking just to siege us down. Holy smokes, that town centre will actually go down. I don't think B can defend that position. There's just too many spearmen at this point. The archers not going to be able to focus fire too many of these spearmen. They're having to back off because of the horsemen. Horsemen are going to be raiding those archers, and this is looking bad for 3DB. Losing valuable army here. These villagers are going to be exposed, and needs to be careful to bring these back. And the town centre will go down. That'll be 9 dead villagers there. 10 dead villagers when you include the outpost villager. That's going to be rough. Not much else going on really on the map, apart from here. Berries, food, income is very safe there for Beastie, despite being a pocket eco, which is not what you expect with the Delhi. You usually expect the pocket eco to be there for the French. Archer's trying to micro this and take out the spears, but there are just so many spears on the field, it's a little bit insane actually. Archers are starting to get the better of these spearmen though, and that's going to be helpful for the knights to take better fights. Holy moly, he actually managed to keep the town centre alive with the villagers because he pulled the army away and started repairing with them. Best thing we would to do so will be taking out all the spears now. It'll be a good fight here, you get the idea for 3DB. Are still spearmen there? No, it won't be a good fight. I didn't see how many spearmen there are because there are lots. Archers still looking to micro them down. Not managing to do much though. They get completely surrounded by the horsemen, that's the problem. Archers are going to be taken out here pretty badly. And this town centre looks to be a very big risk here. Horsemen, as you see, just sniping the archers. I think the villagers need to be pulled back here because there are too many spearmen. The knights are going to go down for B as well. This is looking rough for B. He doesn't have the military on the field. There are 35 military for Beastie, only 12 for B. And the problem is the expensive knights are fully countered by the relatively cheap spearmen. Now more villagers are going to go down on this outpost. Villagers here idled. They may need to run away. B looking to actually repair the town centre. Actually, he's going to just try to extract as much food as he can. There's the age up for Beastie. That's going to be hugely significant. The outpost does go down. Villagers go down from inside it. Now I can push this outpost as well. We're just going to go through though. Going to try and garrison inside. Or repair maybe. Spearmen going to snipe them down. Horsemen are being pushed back though for 3DB by 3DB for Beastie. You're going to snipe down the scholars if you can. That'll actually be quite critical. Town Center lives as well. 47 economy for Beastie, 61 for B. There's that castle age. B's going to struggle here. Doesn't have the food or gold really. Get up to the next stage himself. Was committed to a lot of feudal age army and he lost a lot of it. So he took really bad fights. B is looking in a very precarious position. Especially with the horsemen raiding on the top area of the map. He does lose one villager there. You can see the body there. The gold has been idle. The villagers are popping out the outpost to try and repair, but they will go down. The outpost will go down. The villagers are going to have to pop out and run into the town centre. Trying to make it count though. Trying to repair the outpost. Might not lose actually because there are only 3 horsemen now. Knights are coming back as well. The villagers are repairing. And don't forget with arrow slits and the villagers garrisoned, they're doing a decent amount of damage. Again, another assault though from Beastyqt with the horsemen. Looking to siege down this outpost again. 8 villagers there. 9 villagers when you include the villager in the tower. Doesn't manage to kill any of the horsemen. Trouble for B is that these horsemen just keep going back to the main base and healing up with the scholars. Be like a new army. Conversion, Wololo going there, attempt from Beastie, trying to get some of the relics. That's going to be a key issue of the map and the game so far. I mean, that relic will be sniped. No relics in for Beastie just yet. Not even a monastery up for French, played by 3DB. Yeah, this is just a fight that 3DB can't take. Not unless the spearmen are out of position, which they're not at the moment. You're going to drag that army back to his base, try and buy some time. Don't forget, those 2 sacred sites working hard for Beastie, passive gold income. And Beastie's already in the castle age. Got a lot of food. He may even be thinking about going for knights himself because there are archers on the field. Beastyqt goes for lancers, that could be really strong. Going for tower elephants as well. Let's just see what landmark he went with. Did he go with the compound defender? I believe so. It is indeed the compound defender. It's an interesting choice that Delhi Solid players are doing this because I guess it sets you up for the late game, but no one's actually using it. No one's getting the stone to be spent with stone walls with units these days, it seems. So I just wonder whether the other upgraded landmark House of Learning would be a bit more effective because it would effectively improve his lancers if he gets hone blades. B looking to try and deny the sacred site in the centre. There's a lot of knights there to break in. This could be the start of a big fight here. Beastyqt won't want to just let this go. A lot of spearmen charging forward. Knights need to be careful not to run into them. They do back off. Archers are going to try and micro them down. Getting a decent number here. Good micro for 3DB with the archers. But now the horsemen are trying to chase in. Going to try and wrap around the archers. That would be bad news if they do. Knights get a charge attack on the horsemen. Again, the archers are going to focus fire on the spears. If the spears do go down, that'd be a problem for Beastie because then it just leaves the horsemen, in which the knights will be able to deal with that. There are a couple of lancers there for Beastie though. Looks like Beastie's quite confident in winning this fight. It's going to wrap around with the horsemen, and I think he will be confident in the fight. The archers are going to be putting pressure on the spearmen there. The scholars healing up the tower war elephant as well. Knights getting good value, and does look like 3DB is going to clear this up actually. There's still one lancer there. Spears are almost gone. Because of that, now this is going to be a problem for Beastie. He does lose a lot of his army. Villagers are going forward for B. I'm not entirely sure why. Getting involved in the fight. Probably a misclick. A relatively even trade, all things considered. Scholars still staying alive. Archers trying to snipe them down. Right now, it just feels like the home advantage, the defender's advantage was strong for 3DB. Gets the units he needs. Going to try and snipe the scholars on the way on the retreat. There's a tower elephant though. Going to maybe snag one of these knights. Yeah, one of the knights do go down, and now both players regroup. Gonna head back home, you suspect. Take a look at the economy. 84 for B, 59 for Beastie. You just get the feeling if B can delay this game for as long as possible, that'll be his opportunity to win. Beastie got so much food though. Scholars, tower elephants, lancers, they're all coming out today for the Delhi. VDB looking to make a farming transition. Pretty heavy one as well. Trouble for B is actually relatively open for raiding. Just a small wall there will offer him a lot of protection. And a small wall to the outpost, to the town centre, would really prevent... There are outposts there, to be fair. pretty easy to have a direct engagement for the Delhi Sultan here. He's actually going to go for the second sacred site again with 2 tower elephants. A good number of scholars here. Villagers being used as well. Holy moly, villagers being pulled in. Siege. Looks for a keep. That's a very ballsy keep. I'm not entirely sure that's going to go up. Nice to look at trying to just focus fire on that, but there are spearmen in there looking to defend. The archer's going to snipe down the villagers. This looks to be a doubt castle. I think the archer's going to just continuously focus on the scholars and then the villagers. But actually, might not be a doubt castle if the archers don't start focus firing on the villagers. In fact, 3DB is going to give out this position. He's bailed. He's bailed out. There are lancers there. 3DB doesn't feel confident about defending this position. The problem is he's going to lose out on that gold. He needs to find another gold vein ASAP. He could potentially snipe those villagers, but he's not opting to. Or he doesn't feel confident on his chances. And now he pulls back with his army. 2,000 food for Beastie. Beastie can afford another keep behind this. We'll be looking to get village fortresses, no doubt, and perhaps a forward mosque. Building a mosque in the influence of the castle will extend the range of that research bonus. But I'm not sure if he has any scholars garrisoned in. He doesn't even have any scholars garrisoned in anyway, so it wouldn't make all the any difference. Go for boiling oil first. Tower elephants and lancers looking to move in, using the castle for a staging ground. Lancers there for Beastie, looking to raid the villages on gold. We'll probably take 2 of these gold villages. Or just take the 1. So every little bit helps. There's the second keep. The village is going to be able to be healed by the scholars. Lancers there as well, sieging down the outpost. Archers will be able to get some decent damage, but it just feels like the archers aren't doing what they need to do. And the villagers do get pulled back because a couple of archers do go down. The villagers are going to just cycle around the other side of the keep and build that. Now 3 sacred sites are in position for Beastie. That's going to activate the timer, and that gold income is going to be insane. Get the feeling behind this. Beastie has a strong military presence, that's for sure. 34 of them. Has the weaker economy, but it does take time for the economy to kick in. And don't forget, a lot of the economy has been idled for 3DB for quite some time. These farms are going to have to be backtracked and moved away. At least the villages are anyway. They're going to have to abandon their farms because they will be going down otherwise. Lancers rushing in, getting good value here. There are archers trying to take them out, but those archers already tickle the knights, the lancers. The lancers are going to try and push some pressure. There's the new age for Beastie. Gets to the castle age now. Sorry, for 3DB actually. 3DB finally gets to the castle age. Beastie was there quite a while ago. Probably went with the Royal Institute. Let's just double check that though. Let's get confirmation of that. Tech up and see where that landmark was built. It's actually down on the south here. Royal Institute, indeed it was. Looking to get the Imperial Age upgrades in Castle Age, but the farming economy, all of it is idled here. That's going to be a problem. Doesn't have the food income he wants. 3DB, just 700 food per minute. Contrast that to 1400 for Beastie. Now village fortress is coming in for that forward keep. And scholars are building a bit of a count of the relics as well, so the relic gold income is going to be insane here. 3 sacred sites, 2 relics. The Beastyqt. The north, looking to get the berries there as well, protected by 2 outposts. Knights now, looking to defend their position. Quite a decent number of knights there for 3DB. The army are getting pulled left, right and centre because now there are knights here on the left side for Beastie. Yeah, Beastyqt doing a great job of raiding and idling the economy. Especially the gold areas. Gold vein does expire there on the north, has to move a little bit further out, but a lot of villages there being idled. Archers won't get the damage they want to do, they kind of tickle these lancers, don't do too much damage. Outpost being built by Beastie to just solidify the position even more and walling him in. Beastyqt looking to be in control of this game, looking to get a game back to make it equalised 1-1 in this set of 5. Sorry, set of 3 actually, it's best of 3 in the quarters. It's like a keep going on again for Beastyqt, putting on the pressure, piling on the aggression. And again, B's going to try and siege us down with villages. He actually reacts relatively quickly, but there are a couple of tower elephants and lancers. Gets the outpost up. Doesn't actually garrison anyone in the outpost, so it's not even going to help that much. Villagers backtrack and again more idle time. Villagers being lost there for 3DB. This outpost will be sieged down very quickly. That keep will go up, defending that position, denies that gold. And now the French are running out of gold, and that is a huge problem for 3DB. This gold denied by a keep. North gold denied by a keep. Looking rough here, that's for sure. Full map control, this allows Beastie taking a big fight here in the centre. And you just get the feeling 3DB might be able to clean this up. He's got a lot of veteran archers and veteran Royal Knights, but the keep is there. He's going to need some siege on the ground to be able to push this back. Look at that food income. Holy smokes for Beastie. 3,000 food. Probably just needs a market and rebalance and go to the Imperial Age possibly even. May double down on the Castle Age and just continue to produce units and flood. The
economy looking strong for Beastie. I suspect it's all the eco upgrades. It really makes a big difference, and also lots of villagers have been idled and killed for B. 73 for B. Beastyqt actually ahead now, despite B being on 2 town centers for quite a period of time in the game. Boiling oil is in that keep as well, so it won't be able to be rushed down. There's the mosque going to be built as well to increase the research speed. And this is looking rough for B. It's kind of cornered in at this point. He'll continue with the night production. Maybe looking to go forward and get some raids actually himself. He needs to decap the sacred site though. 25 minutes into the game on Dry Arabia. Game number 2. Yeah, the knights are cycling around, looking to maybe just pick off some reinforcements. But Beastyqt notices that he's going to pull his army back. Spearmen and tower elephants there. Mobility is in the favour for 3DB, but will he be able to make it count? That is the real question. Looks like Beastyqt are going to go for another keep. It's only got enough stone for one. B taking a fire here does get a good amount of damage on the lancers, but the spearmen behind are going to push them away even further. A couple of lancers here denying that gold event. That was the last gold for 3DB that he had access to. 3DB actually has 0 villages in gold. That could become a problem very quickly. Unless he addresses it very quickly. Starving him out of gold here, Beastie. 3DB won't be able to produce any more knights at this rate. And I think B knows it. Gonna try and get some damage with his knights. A lot of them are unhealthy and very weak. And we see Beastie balancing the economy now. Knights again trying to do some damage, but there are lots of tower elephants. A couple of scholars there looking to push on the north side of B's base. Knights getting some decent value for 3DB, but it's probably not going to be enough here. Just get the feeling B is under a lot of pressure. He's going to see the tower elephants coming forward relatively soon. Lancers, his nose is behind, a lot of map control, no gold. That's the real issue for B. He's got no gold. Not sure he'll even be able to afford many upgrades. And there he calls it. He knows he's starved out of gold. Beastyqt takes B out for the second game by starving him from gold. 1 apiece. We move on to game number 3. B will want a response, but the game and this match and this set is heating up.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here now with the last game of the set of this best of 3, the winner of whom will go to the semi-finals for the road to Redbull Wololo Legacy July weeklies. We've got Beastyqt playing on the northeast corner of the map in blue as the Holy Roman Empire. And in the southwest corner of the map, playing in red, is 3DB as the Chinese. Map is 4 lakes. A really interesting civ matchup, so we already kind of know that the Rus are incredibly strong on this map. We don't see them today, but I've heard 3DB say that he's actually quite a fan of the Chinese on this map. We know what 3DB is like when he can play with the Chinese. It can be a very, very exciting match we have on our hands here because 3DB does enjoy a good Barbican rush, a good outpost rush, and is pretty notoriously known to do that with the Chinese, especially against the civilization that you can't really afford to let boom up in the HRE here, playing on the north corner of the map. As we can see, Beastyqt now getting a dock there. Okay, apologies for that, but we are back and the dock will be going up pretty quickly for Beastyqt, nice and early for the Holy Roman Empire. But 3DB does have his dock already, and that's probably partly because the villagers build faster, and looking good for 3DB here at this point. Going to be getting a lot of food from that dock and fishing ships, no doubt about that. Okay, villagers being inspired by the prelate. Really strong economic bonus there for the Holy Roman Empire. And that's what makes me think that 3DB will need to be aggressive on this map, because the Holy Roman Empire is kind of an important rule with Age of Empires 4, is that you do not let Holy Roman Empire boom up, because if you do, you let them get their economy rolling, they will almost certainly punish you as the game goes on. First fish ship does come out for the Holy Roman Empire now. Looking at the food count, relatively stable for both players. Both players needing to spend that food for the villagers. There is an Imperial official now for the Chinese, which will be boosting the collection for the wood there. No doubt going to be helping with the fishing ships. I think we see something here. It's a scout. Interesting to see if either player goes for a second dock and goes greedy. 3 fishing ships out there for 3DB, so the fishing economy should be a little bit better here for 3DB, as we see, yeah, a little bit better. But quite a significant difference considering how early on in the game it is. Scout just keeping an eye on things for BC is probably paranoid about a Barbican drop, and who would blame him? It'd be nice to actually see that. If 3DB makes this game messy, it could work in his favour. See the docks now, here we are. 5 fishing ships compared to 3. Villagers are going to gold now for 3DB, looking to get the gold income to get to the next stage. Does have a couple of villagers on sheep as well, just to balance the economy and get that food rolling in. Scout going to be annoying here. Beastie just annoying the villagers there for 3DB. He's being attacked on the gold. Scout for 3DB, just keeping an eye on what's going on. We see the 5 villagers on gold. We expect the kind of a fast castle build here for Beastie actually. Looking at the balance of the economy, 5 villagers on gold very often suggest a fast castle build. Especially with how far he's already got 200 gold and only 200 food, so you can tell that balance is certainly set up for the fast castle. They're the villagers. They're going forward to put a Barbican. He will be spotted by the scout though. Beastie is keeping an eye on this. Let's see where the villagers go to exactly. Where they can drop the Barbican in the sun. How far forward is it going to be? That's the question. Barrett's going down, looking to defend that position already. Beastie keeping a scout close by, just constantly keeping an eye on the villagers. That's very important. There's a lot of villagers going forward actually. Heck of a lot of villagers going forward. 9 of them, so he's certainly going to be getting this Barbican and Sun up. But he might be under a lot of pressure. He might lose a villager or two, especially because the barracks is being rushed down. Spearmen are going to be pumped out. How far forward is B going to commit with this? That is the question. Villagers coming forward as well. It looks to be an outpost going up first. So this is quite an interesting way. So I think we can learn a lot here for how to do these kind of strategies. 3DB is one of the best in the business of doing these things. Gonna get the outpost first. Oh, wait. Okay, so this is super interesting. Sometimes we see 3DB do this. He purposefully doesn't build the outpost because he doesn't want to spend that wood. He can actually delete this outpost if he wants to and recuperate the wood. What he wants to do is just keep this there just in case there's a fail-save. In case he can't get the Barbican and the Sun up. There's the Barbican and the Sun up going to go. And now it looks like he's going to actually commit to build the outpost. No, he might lose the resources. He's got to delete it. Oh my god. That was close, that was close, that was close. That was almost being sieged down. He would have lost the resources if that happened. Holy moly. He does commit to the outpost now. Garrisons a couple of villages. He knows he won't be able to do it otherwise. And this is going to be strong because he's going to continue to be able to kite. And, well, not so much kite, but just move the villages around. And because the outpost is garrisoned, it can't be denied at this point. This offers a safe security point for the Barbican and the Sun going up. He will be being sieged down though, but I'm sure the Barbican and the Sun will be going up relatively quickly. Going to be building another outpost just as a threatening. And here we are. Just one villager garrison in that outpost though. Probably won't be enough. He's going to garrison more. There will be losses on both sides, but you just get the feeling Beastyqt will be delayed. But the issue is that, oh, he's going to, if he takes down the outpost, that would be a massive problem for 3DB. Having to really run around with these 4 villagers that are outside. And it looks like he is going to try and take this outpost down. If this outpost goes down, that's actually a massive problem for B. Does look like, yeah, Beast is going to the next stage as well. This is huge. Beast is going to defend this successfully. That outpost will go down. Sure, he'll get some losses, but a lot of villagers and spearmen pulled. I don't think he's going to be able to save this outpost. It might be able to ungarrison the outpost with the villagers and recover and rebuild it again. He could repair. He could repair. B could actually take the villagers out right now and repair. And I think this is what he's going to do. Yes, exactly what he's going to do. Beast got jebaited there a little bit with the 3 villagers, and now the outpost gets repaired and will be able to do more damage. But there are 2 prelates there. Oh, what a smart move there for Beastie to wall that up. No more villagers going to be coming there easily. And an outpost is going to go there for B. This game went from 0 to hero in a flash. Went from absolutely peaceful gameplay to madness. This outpost will probably go down, but again, units are being lost on both sides. Mostly on Beastie's side, to be honest. I just get the feeling that if you're B, you're not too bothered by this. Sure, he'll lose the outpost. Well, he had 9 villagers idle there. That is a huge amount. And now you get the feeling that he won't be able to get the Barbican and the Sun up. Villagers here glitching out. Maybe a Barbican and the Sun there. Beast get into the feudal age. 3DB, of course, this is match point, ladies and gentlemen. Like, both players have a lot at stake here. And you just get the feeling now B is going to have to retreat, maybe? Looks like BT's going to try and wall this in. He's trying to get another outpost up. I don't think it's going to happen. He's probably going to have to delete that before he loses the wood for it. Delete it, delete it, B, delete it, B. I'm not sure he got that in time, but anyway, he may have. Barbican goes down, he deletes it, and he decides, well, we're going to try a bit here. And do you know what? This was a nice spot for the Barbican. It would deny a boar, 2 berries, and a gold. You know what? This isn't a bad spot either. Denies the gold and deer as well, but the villagers are going to have to back off, not going to be able to manage this. There's just so many spearmen on the field, that is the issue. And so now Beastie's eco is rolling, rocking and rolling. Oh my god, he's got a dock here. And amongst all of that, B has got a dock on that north pond. And if he gets some units out there, which he can't at the moment being in Dark Age, again, he's going to have to retreat now with the Barbican. Has he given up? No, he hasn't. Holy smokes, B does not give up. He's going to go for an outpost here. And Beastie will see that because of the wall. He will definitely see that. Oh, he doesn't. Holy smokes, that's only partially built. So he doesn't actually have the range of vision there, but now he sees it. The outpost will be up. B gets to the feudal age. He goes up with the Imperial Academy, and not only does he have the Imperial Academy, he's gonna have the Barbican Sun. He's gonna have Song Dynasty, and the army's not in position here. Beastie takes it to the dock. He prioritizes the food economy, which is not a bad move actually, because that's just quite key not to be able to lose this fishing ships. Looks like the dock will go down, but I think he might be able to get that junk out just before it does go down. We need to keep an eye on that. The junk will be coming out very soon. Barbican and the Sun going up as well. Villagers still there. Nicely done by B, that has to be said. He actually has both. He has the junk there, and he has the Barbican and the Sun. Probably won't be able to squeeze another junk out of this, but he's going to do some damage here, that's for sure. Junk not all that powerful. May not be able to even kill this fishing ship. It's still being repaired by the other fishing ship and probably the dock as well. He doesn't garrison. The junk could take this one out. And behind this, Song Dynasty is going to be in play as well. Don't forget this. Oh my god, that's a lot of fishing ships for B. Take a look at that fishing economy, although actually Beastie has a bit more, but probably because of the Ark and Chapel and the sheep. Yeah, that is indeed the case. Once those sheep run out, that food income for Beastie is certainly going to start to reduce, but Beastie nearly going to be on the way to Castle Age. But so is 3DB, and in fact, I think 3DB has clicked up, but he's gone to the next stage. He has indeed. Has he gone for the forward Ashenham Clock Tower? He has indeed. Holy moly, guys. B is playing super aggressive, playing to his strength. It's amazing to watch. And there is now a Gallia on the field for Beastie. That will be able to do a lot of damage to the junk. I'm not sure there are going to be too many fishing ships going down behind this, but a couple, definitely enough. Great value here for 3DB, denying so much of the fishing economy. I'm surprised that Beastie's not bringing those fishing ships back just until he clears it up, because that dock has gone down. Villager trying to get the wall up. It looks like he's trapped actually, can't even get out. It's a bit rough. The jump. Whoa. Wait, where's he going? Where is the galley going? For Beastie? I'm not entirely sure, but he's going to lose fishing ships if he does that. Anyway, he backs off. Does lose. This is a really big miss micro there for Beastie, I'm afraid. Looking to take out the dock. Was supervising. Or collecting gold, I suspect, with that Imperial official. But that's a little bit of an odd one. He's going for the lumber camp instead of the junk. I don't know what we're seeing here in the North Pond. I think Beastie's preoccupied. He's looking to take out the stock. This will be huge if the stock goes down. It will need to clear this up, B, so they can secure that fishing economy. Let's have villagers here on wood. Could even be taking the boar. We'll see what he decides to do. Only 3 fishing ships there left for Beastie. Decides now to pull them away. Very delayed, all things considered. Relics being picked up. Has got one already about to be dropped off there in the Relics Cathedral. The dock goes down for B. That's a huge problem, but it does have another dock. Oh, will he be able to get the walls up? That would be so important. If he can get the walls up, this is important. B, get the walls up, and he'll be able to be safe for that dock. He does manage to, but you just get the feeling that'll be sieged down pretty quickly. Loses that villager. This one needs to back off, otherwise that will be going down as well. This dock is still under pressure here. But the fishing economy is still working at least. That is the important bit, because there's a lot of... That's 16 fishing ships, guys. 16. Only 4 on the field for Beastie, and that food economy, let's take a look, because... Yeah, you can see it switch now. The sheep has almost run out. 800, 900 food per minute. 80 food per minute for Beastie. This is a big problem for Beastie. Won't be able to afford Castle Age units at this rate. 3DB making the aggression pay off. What a fantastic third game to this set. Whoever wins this set is going to deserve to be in the semi-finals after dealing with all this madness.
And the junk comes out on the field for 3DB just to defend this position. Nice touch there because this is the heart of his economy. Let's take a look at the villager count. 56 for 3DB, 39 for Beasty. B with a strong economy behind this, especially with the Song Dynasty. He's going to try and get another dock up. B is not relenting at all. And I'm not sure if this is going to work because it doesn't seem to have textiles. That is the huge problem, I feel. B not having textiles. This possibly could have gone up, actually. Oh my god, he might actually be able to build it. Does it go up? That's going to be last. Oh my god, does that go up? It does. With the last strike of the hammer, he gets this dock up. And getting another junk now will be able to wipe out the remaining fishing ships. That is huge, ladies and gentlemen. There's a trebuchet on the field as well. And he's going to be able to get Zhuk Nu out of this. He's actually going for crossbowman, which is actually probably the right play here. Because crossbowman will be able to counter the hard and highly armoured units that the Holy Roman Empire often get. Trebuchet going to start working on the outpost, probably seeing emergency repairs before too long. Once that junk comes out, sure will be under pressure by the galley. The junk should be able to do some work against these 6 fishing ships. This is a fantastic play on 4 legs for 3DB, that is for sure. And the economy looking strong behind this. A couple of spearmen going to go there, going to be harassing the villagers. Villagers probably need to garrison and go back to the Barbican and the Sun. Loses 1, loses 2, loses 3 most likely. Needs textiles. It's so huge not having textiles here. 3 villagers remain. Crossbows there, scouts there, trebuchets there. Let's take a look at the junk. War junk doing a lot of damage here to the fishing ships. 1 goes down. Oh, snipes another one. This is huge damage he's getting. This fishing ship not heading back either. And yeah, this is fantastic. The junk is doing great work here. Actually, he's going to take the fight against the Hulk. A bit surprising because there's another war junk coming. That's why he is looking to be dominant in the North Pond, looking to secure all that food eco. Bit of a raid there. Yeah, there are some knights cycling around. 3 knights there. A lot of idle economy here. Again, no textiles for B. He's getting it now. Better late than never, I suppose. Better late than never, that's for sure. But he's going to need to get some spearmen out, which he's getting now. Everything kicking off here, ladies and gentlemen. No fishing ships on the North Pond. Food eco for Beastie is going to be a disaster at this point. Look at the food eco. It's actually got a decent amount. I'm not sure where he's getting that from. Looks to be the left side. He's going to go for the left-sided dock on the pond there. Again on the north. The junk now. Even looking to take out the dock. That is pretty huge. Looks like the North Pond is all but taken. But again, knights are coming forward. For Beastie to try and get some good villager picks here. Certainly is a crazy game we're seeing now with 3DB getting control of this North Pond. He'll be able to fish here as well, which is a bit crazy when you think about it. Beastie looking to get the fishing ships on the left side, but 3DB knows about this, so he'll probably be looking to address that relatively quickly. And we just see that constantly on the front line, the trebuchet is looking to fire off, get the damage as it can on the main town centre. And this is actually key because it's not the case that Beastie can just dive on this. Because of the protection of the Barbican and the Sun, there's only 1 crossbow though. Crossbows are starting to move forward actually, that's why. Beastie's trying to do damage, but the thing is, the economy is so buzzing here for 3DB. 59, 60, 61 to 48. Fishing economy booming up on the southern pond, and now B can actually afford to perhaps go on the left side, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to get the war junk there just to deny this fishing ship that's here on the left side, and you just feel it's a little bit precarious for Beast. He does have the fishing ships on the right side, on that sneaky dock there in the north corner. But that's all he will have, and it'll take some time for those fishing ships to really start to come out and get the food that he needs. There is a couple of springles, a couple of knights, bit of expansion on the left. Having to rely on the wood on the west side because of the Barbican and the Sun does have access to the sacred site, so BC not out of it, that's for sure. Getting some good damage here with the knights. A couple of spearmen and palace guards just continue the chase. Crossbows looking to do damage on the wood there. The villagers have migrated. Quite a lot of production buildings for Beastie, going full knights it seems. There we are, fishing ships there on the north now. Spreading that food economy, and there's that war junk on the west side. So really it's 3 ponds to 1. At least in terms of control. Of course this pond's not actually being used in terms of fishing economy. Oh, it's a massive raid here. Thank God he has textiles, that'll certainly help a little bit. But there will be villagers going down there because there are quite a few knights, 4 knights and a horseman. villagers trying to scramble inside the villages. Most of them make it, but there have been lots of losses. No, he's not garrisoned in. 3DB's not garrisoned in. Those villagers looking to fight, stand and fight, but he's finally garrisoned in. Holy moly. Spearman running around. Fishing ships on the west side for Beastie have been cleared up, but there's lots of raiding happening here. Just get the feeling a couple of outposts with emplacements there would certainly help, but obviously a lot going on here. Probably won't be able to afford it. There's lots of knights on the field, ladies and gentlemen. Holy moly, Beastie's gold income is pretty amazing. He's got quite a few relics here. 4 relics. This is such a key issue here. Beastie has done such a great job of keeping the relics. That's a lot of gold per minute. That's 200 gold plus 600, 800 gold per minute. That's the equivalent of 20 villagers. So despite the fact that B actually has 20 villagers more, overall it's actually a net 0 in terms of eco because of the relics. That's pretty huge. The Springles now looking to take out the trebuchet. There's only 1 Nest of Bees and 1 crossbowman, more outposts going on the woodline. This forward base might be lost quite quickly because there are a lot of knights in. This is a problem for 3DB. He doesn't have the military on the field. That is a key issue. The villagers are going to look to try and repair the trebuchet, but the villagers will go down, and this is looking bad for B. B's looking to lose. He's going to lose his forward position, and he can't really afford to do that. Spearmen are making their way, but it's going to be too little too late in terms of saving the trebuchet. And Beastie looking to continue the push, actually. He's going to have a lot of military on the field. Let's take a look. 34 military for Beastie, 28 for B, but B's military kept at home mostly because of the constant raiding. The constant raiding is what was hurting B at this point, you feel. It does go down on that wood line, but now Beastie looking to just torch down these forward production buildings. Not a lot that B can do about that until the spearmen get through, and this has been walled up as well, so they have to go a long way around. They have to go through the town centre, and that's the issue. Trebuchets, 2 trebuchets on the field for Beastie. I think the spearmen might look to just try and siege down the trebuchets. That's not a bad move, especially with the spearmen looking to take a direct fight against the knights. The knights engage for Beastie. He's not worried about this at all. He's going to clear this all up. Knights for Beastie, so many of them, and he sweeps apart all those spearmen despite them being the counter. This is looking rough for 3DB, but he does have a lot of food and a decent amount of gold, not spending it. You just get the feeling if Beastie invests in a market and he balances his economy, Beastie is looking incredibly strong here. He'd actually be able to afford Imperial Age with the Palace of Swabia if he just buys the food with the gold he has. Looking to take out the Barbican the Sun and then the Astronomical Clock Tower. And then you get the feeling that 3DB is going to be in trouble. He is starting to boom pretty hard there on the fishing ships. Have a look at the fishing economy. Let's take a look. Income per minute, 1,600 food. Certainly a lot of food there coming in. But B is starting to get the food income from the right side as well, so that's going to certainly help his position. Don't forget the relic situation. 800 gold per minute plus the sacred site. And add another 100, 900 gold per minute. That's an insane number. Just get the feeling that B is going to need to retreat here. He needs to build up a force back at home. He does have veteran spearmen. Probably needs to get some crossbows as well. It's good that he's walled up this side because he's going to need access to that gold, that is for sure. But he needs to be careful now because it looks like Beastie is looking to go forward and he's collecting enough stone for a keep of himself, and you got the worry there that if Beastie gets an offensive keep, that could become a big problem for 3DB. 37 military to 40, but don't forget the military for Beastie is a lot more mobile. 1 knight does go down. This is actually a little bit reckless there for Beastie. Loses 3 units for free, but he's going to back off now. Looks like Beastie's looking to reclaim this North Dock, wants to deny the fishing ships. B needs to be aware of that. He is aware of that. It's got the war drunk trying to take out the villagers there. We'll probably actually snipe the villagers before the dock's built. Yeah. Dock won't go up. Not unless Beastie invested more into that in terms of villagers. Going for barracks. So it looks like it's going to be man-at-arms on the field here for Beastie. Nice switch there because of course that will counter the spears. I think if you're 3DB, really at this point you've really got to invest in some crossbows. Got full spears, but those guys will get wrecked. 2 Castle Age man-at-arms that are fully upgraded. Gonna either have to match like for like with 3DB. Going for Palace Guards now. Or maybe get some crossbows in the field. Looks like Palace Guards are the choice of 3DB at the moment. Okay, 3DB is spending everything. He's really spending everything. He's going full Castle Age craziness here. Not looking to get the Imperial Age. Despite having all that food, I think he may have rebalanced his economy with the market, possibly. Although, yeah, I do see a market there, so I suspect that's what's happened. Knights looking to get some value on the right side, but there are lots of spearmen. And now B is going to be pushing forward. He will run into the keep, though. That keep is really important for Beastie to defend that position. Defends the gold. Oh, villagers going down on the deer though. They start to garrison inside the keep. Quite a lot of spearmen, but it's not going to be able to force the issue too much. He needs to back off onto the left side. When he does go to the left side, what will he see? Not too much, to be honest. Looking to siege down the outpost. I'm not sure if that's within the range of being able to be having the emergency repairs. I suspect it probably isn't, actually. Just about wasn't. Now the spears are going to cycle through the north. Look to get some damage as much as they can. Springalds are coming out to chase. And it's going to be actually Lance Connector for the Holy Roman Empire played by Beasty. Beasty does get a Hulk out, but the War Junk should be enough to take care of that. Fishing economy relatively safe for him there. Spearmen run into a massive horde of knights. Need to keep up with that. Lots of villages on stone. Get the feeling that 3DB is saving up for a keep. Palace Guards making their way on the right side. Now that booming economy for 3DB looks like it's really starting to kick in. 41 military for Beasty, 70 for 3DB, but Beasty has gone up with the Palace of Swabia. Let's take a look where exactly that is. I'm not sure what that blue spectator bug is. Get it, but anyway. Yeah, gonna get the Palace of Swabia here near the wood line and the berries. Lots of resources here to be taken. Trebuchet is making their way to try and snipe. Well, I think they're actually taking the military there. We'll wall that in. Knights again looking to get some value, but we see a flood of units here. Villagers looking to break in and drop a keep there, maybe on the Palace of Swabia. That could be amazing, because if he does that, all the villagers that come out of the Palace of Swabia will be dying. And this is huge by 3DB. He's certainly committing. He certainly pushes hard when he does, and he's going to just go straight through. That wall was not built. He's going to go for a keep right in front of the Palace of Swabia. This is an insane game. 3DB absolutely fearless at this point. Going to siege down the trebuchet on the way. Wow, the villagers there looking to try and deny that, but it's not going to happen. There's so many villagers there. Oh, there's Lance Connector there. This could go terribly for 3DB. He's going to have to run away with those villagers. This is looking bad. He's going to lose. He's going to lose his villagers. The keep probably won't go up. Incredible bravery, to be honest with you guys. I don't know how many of us would have the balls of steel to do that. But he hasn't given up. There are palace guards. There are spearmen. There's some villagers there looking to still push the issue. Keep going to go back up on that foundation. And you get the feeling that Beasty doesn't have enough here to deny this. There is a trebuchet that's going to immediately fire off. I think the trebuchets need to be taken out. They are being sieged down, but there are villagers repairing it. And this is an issue. This is... Holy moly, we've got a lot of action going on here. Big fight. Beasty going to lose a lot of his units there. Does have Lance Connector, which would do great value, but there are Palace Guards. We should be able to overrun them. Knights won't be enough for that. There are Springles behind that. And look at the military count now. 18 for Beasty. 64 for 3DB. This is huge. This was a big fight for 3DB. 3DB committing to the Castle Age. Beasty spending his precious resources to get to the Imperial Age. But the Palace of Swabia, which is now facing up against a keep. And now is going for more stone, looking to get more keeps on the map. And if 3DB can do that, it can really establish some map control. This keep offers so much protection though. Offers that protection on the left side. And that gold is secured with that. Palace of Swabia is under pressure. This is huge. 3DB not letting the Palace of Swabia becoming a win condition for Beasty. Letting him back into the game by booming up. We do see 59 villagers for Beasty. 126 for 3DB. A lot of this is going to be fishing economy. Holy moly, he's really kept this up. Song Dynasty as well. And the fishing economy is absolutely mental here for 3DB. Let's take a look. 2,500 food per minute versus 800 odd. That is an insane amount of food, and he'd be able to sell all that as much as he needs to. Maybe even be able to afford Imperial Age relatively soon. It's going to be population capped soon, you suspect. Yeah, B is population capped, and this game seems to be slowly but heading towards B's favour. It is one apiece. Whoever wins this will progress to the semi-finals. What a fantastic game this is. I think this is probably one of the best games I've seen in a long time. And 3DB really starting to put the pressure on with the Palace Guards. Rushing in, going to be looking to just torch down the main primary town centre. Without the Palace of Swabia to boom behind, Beasty's looking in trouble. He's looking in big trouble here. Another keep going down for 3DB at this point. Doesn't need to commit, doesn't need to go too crazy. He should know that he's ahead, but he is population capped, so he won't mind about losing army. That's the key issue. B can just keep flooding here, whereas Beasty's struggling to maintain 80 population. And keep going there. That's going to be massive as a stage for pushing. And now needs to try and just start squeezing on the left side. There is the market for Beasty trying to recalibrate his economy. There is a bombard that might be able to do a lot of damage on that keep. That bombard needs to be taken out. The army, the 3DB goes down. There's not a lot left. There's not a lot left. They're kind of dying underneath the keep and the town center and the tower. Get the feeling that 3DB just overextended to just ever so slightly there. He's going for the veteran archers. But this keep might not last for too long if those bombards stay alive, and it does look like that bombard's going to be hard to take out. But B does have a lot of wood. He'll be able to repair that for a very long time. Needs to build up the army though. Has 1,000 odd food and 1,500 gold. I suspect he's saving up for the Imperial Age because he has a lot of resources he could spend. In fact, he can't really spend it. It's almost population capped. Does need more production buildings though, to be fair, to be able to maintain this population. Does have a lot of archers. He's certainly committed to the archer line now. Saving up the gold. One thing to bear in mind is that as the longer this game goes on, the relics can become really important here, because we do have the Regnitz Cathedral and the relic there, 700 gold plus a sacred site, 800 gold per minute. Basically infinite gold there. That is a huge deal. That is a huge deal. Siege workshops going forward for B, looking to get some trebuchets on the field to push this back. He needs to deal with this cannon though. This bombard is doing a lot of damage. Okay, Palace Guards coming back to the stealth forest. Maybe looking to assault the villages on the west side now. Not a lot going on to the base of 3DB, and that's the key issue. This economy has been safe for such a long period of time. Now he's affording the Imperial Age, going up with the Spirit Way. Relatively far forward, all things considered. He's probably going to put the production buildings down in there and get the bonus sort of defense, cheapness rather, for those buildings. The Spirit Way itself causes buildings near this landmark to produce dynasty units at minus 30% cost. The keep does go down though for 3DB. That staging ground is all but gone. The two bombards there doing great work for Beastie, and Palace Guard's not able to rush in. Rushes underneath the keep, loses a lot there, a bit unnecessarily. New Age begins for 3DB, gets to the Imperial Age. We'll need to get these upgrades soon. And this will give Beastie a little bit of breathing space, to be honest, to be able to pull back into this one. It does have the fishing economy on the right side, that is important. B has not been able to deny this. And this is a big part of Beastie's economy. Don't forget, look at the food income. 3,400 food per minute. The fish will start to dry up though relatively quickly with this number of fishing ships, you suspect. Palace Guards rushing in on the west side, strangling Beastie's position on the map. Trebuchets. Two trebuchets are on the field, but these siege workshops are going to go down. Bombards are pushing back. Beastie starting to clear things up with the lance connector and the bombards on the right side. Walls up the left side to secure that position. Get the feeling that 3DB is still looking strong. 180 population. Beastie stuck at 80. That keeps going to go down as well, and you just get the feeling that B is letting this happen. He's buying himself some time, looking to assault on the west side, looking to get the upgrades. Let's just take a look. He is getting elite Palace Guards. He's getting hardened, battle hardened for the Palace Guards as well. Getting Master Smith, increase the melee armor. Getting Damascus steel, increasing the melee damage of all non-siege units. And is getting elite army tactics, increasing the health of melee and the damage by 20%. That's going to be huge for these Palace Guards. Going to be bolstering them up to Imperial Age units. Getting hand cannoneers as well. Looks like B is pretty happy to sit back, let Beastie clear this up, and then push on from there. Oh, trebuchet, two trebuchets looking to take out the dock. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think he'll manage it. Oh no, he's not going to manage it. The trebuchet is going to be sieged down. Not. Oh, that's quite unlucky for 3DB. The dock survives. Palace of Swabia being built up again. That will be Beastie's way back into the game in terms of economy. But it just depends on the timing of the push here. These guys are now elite Palace Guards. They have all the upgrades. They're going to wreck these villages. But as we say with the Holy Roman Empire, when you go against them, killing villages isn't really a win condition, because when the Palace of Swabia is there, they can just print them. And that's exactly what Beastie's doing. The key issue is the military numbers on the field that B will have. 50 of them. Beastie has a similar amount, but the economy is much better for B, that's for sure. Get the feeling though that B may need to even think about deleting some fishing ships or some villages. Maybe in this starting pond, because this pond, yeah, looks like it's actually deleting fishing ships there. That's a smart move, because it's going to need to free up the population space, especially with the fishing ships kind of taking most of the food there. I don't think there's that much food left in this pond. Yeah, hardly any food. These guys are expiring. They do slowly regenerate though. Has to be brought into consideration that. Decamps a sacred site on the left side. Every little bit helps here. We hear fishing ships dying, I think. Something dying. population cap for 3DB. Population really starting to build up for Beasty. Relatively even number of military on the field though for both players. There is a relic there to be taken. And the sacred site for 3DB if you wish to. And that might become an important piece of information because he is running out of gold here. Look at this. Really mining the gold fast and is spending it, usually. There are 4 bombards on the field for Beasty. Needs to be a bit of a strong push. I'm not sure Palace Guards is a good option here for B because there are a lot of lands connected for Beasty and he's going to need a counter to that. I think he does have the veteran archer upgrades. Maybe some archery units might be helpful. He's getting some bombards of his own. Non-clock tower ones though. It appears. Yeah, non-clock tower ones. Of course he's got clock towers of forward front line. That was destroyed so can't afford to, can't do much about that. Go for some nested bees as well, which will certainly help against the lands connector. Now Beasty not giving up this position, getting some springholds there to get the dock up. Wants to deny this fishing economy, which won't necessarily be the big deal for 3DB because he's been on that pond for so long with so many fishing ships. But the problem for B is that he may have to start transitioning to farming economy. He's just got the left-sided pond. The fishing ponds are starting to run out of fish. He's still got 4k food in the bank, so Beasty is the one in problems with food, really. There is a galley there. Palace Guards looking to just take out that dock if they can. Bombard takes out the market for Beasty. He's going to have to build that elsewhere to rebalance the economy. Not sure if that dock will go down. We shall see if it does. And this is going to free space for B to get the military out, that's for sure. Go for some forward outposts. 34 minutes into the game. This is a great game so far. Lance Connector going to rip through these Palace Guards, but Palace Guards are no joke. These guys are elite upgraded. But so are the Lance Connector, so it should be a good fight here. Lance Connector are going to sweep that up as expected. Going for another dock there. That dock was taken out in the end, but it won't be too hard for him to build another one. Palace Guards running in. And I think 3DB is just going to try and suffocate Beasty with the Palace Guard rush into the base, because he can afford to do this. He's got population cap, so he won't mind doing this at all. The only issue is this Palace Swabi. He needs to find a way B to get rid of this. Also towering this wood might be a key issue, because it seems to be a wood game at this point. Well, there's plenty of wood though for BDB to get there. This is actually a really fascinating part of this game about what B is doing. He is not only gathering wood for himself, but he's denying the wood for his opponent. And there's plenty of wood, guys. There's plenty of wood on the map that B could be taken. But he's specifically going for this one, and you suspect it's because he wants to dry Beasty's economy of any wood. And if he can do that, that would be huge. Getting a keep on this wood line as well, that's going to be absolutely massive. Because now Beasty's going to struggle for wood. Only wood he's going to have is on this left side, and that's completely exposed. This is a great play by 3DB. Palace Guard still rushing in. He's still maintaining the population, that's the big thing. Palace Guard are going to rush in now. With the keep up there, wood line is completely decimated for the Beastie. Has 4 villagers on wood, the 0 villagers on gold. The gold issue won't necessarily be a massive problem, especially with the Regnus Cathedral, but still, gold becomes a problem. The late stage of the game. Look at the resource count for B. You just feel like he's in a stronger position. This is important because B can afford to lose this, but bombards for Beastie, he cannot afford to lose that. And Lancelot are gonna take care of that though. So that's only just one bombard going down. Generally, actually, a relatively good trade there for Beastie. Now we do see that boiling oil is in that keep, so army won't be able to get too close to that. Not without taking losses. Beastie up to 100 population, 155, so B is actually struggling here for the population. He's lost a lot of fishing eco, especially in the north. He may need to get some more villagers, guys. He's running low on population, lost a lot of villagers there on the front line in the wood. He'll lose that keep as well. You just get the feeling 3DB is letting this slip a little bit. A couple of land scanners are trying to get some raids here. There's only one on 2 town centre Song Dynasty, so he's still continuously producing villagers. That's the key bit of detail. He will certainly need to do that because he's running a lot of population. The first time in the game for a long while he's been not pop capped. Oh, gold being taken on the right side. I wonder if Beastie sees that. No, he doesn't. You don't get much line of sight on the walls. It's understandable. Oh, Landscape, they're going to take out some villages there. Quite a few go down. Palace Guards chase after and sweep it up. Holy moly, this game is insane. Army's starting to build up for B. Get the feeling it's looking to push again. Certainly reaching a good population again. And now there's a Bauschwan on this pond. Looking to really secure this pond now with the Bauschwan, that's for sure. Bauschwan does get sniped though by 4 bombards. And that gold was exposed. Good thing you build a keep there. I was just worried about that. I didn't mention it earlier. I was a bit worried about this position. Beastyqt does notice it. Looks to the gold area. There is boiling oil there. That'll certainly help. But village is still going down and they're still idling. It won't want to lose the Imperial official. Does garrison in nicely. There's the boiling oil. I'm going to take out the remaining of the Landsknechte and now the villagers go back to work. Ooh. Beastie, no, 3DB was sending some army there. Stone walls on the right side. Looking to protect that. Well, actually, this is just a neutral trade post. Gonna run into stone walls here. B, I think B picked up a relic there. Or someone picked up a relic. Yeah, it is B. Looking to see if we can get any value on this wood line. Just conscious of where the wood is there, B. And see what's going through the thoughts of the players, because this gold, you know, Beastie would be thinking, where could he be on gold potentially, and that's the only place that you can see really is likely to be, and that's where he went. Got some good value. But will it be enough? And Palace Guard's running in, looking to just snipe the siege, but it's being repaired by villagers. I really hope Relic do something about this, about repairing, because it's a little bit frustrating, even to watch those siege units being repaired quicker than they can be destroyed. Bombards hanging out on the right side, looking to protect this gold vein. You kind of worry for 3DB at the situation because he doesn't have a source of infinite gold, whereas Beastie does. And not only does he have a source of infinite gold, he has a source of a lot of infinite gold. That is a key difference between the two players at the moment. You get the feeling that 3DB, because of that, is on a bit of a timer. And I feel like he needs to push. You're going to have to push soon, because once the gold is running out on the map, which it soon is, this is reduced to less than half of the gold remaining on that gold vein. That's going to become a problem for 3DB. And this gold vein is going to be taken by Beastie, almost taken. Going to get the Sacred Site, which certainly help with the gold count, but certainly won't be able to compete on the gold front in terms of infinite gold passive generation. So you get the feeling 3DB needs to push, it needs to push hard. Bauschwan versus Hulk. Surely the Bauschwan wins, especially as it's being repaired by the dock. Should be enough to two-shot it. Yep, it is indeed. A lot of fishing economy on the right side. There's that Sacred Site on the south. Oh, that's going to be denied. There's a lot of Landsknechte there. Just sending one to the Sacred Site. Going to be chased by the Palace Guards. North Sacred Site. They could be taken as well by 3DB. Oh, Nesta B's there. Doing some good work. Looks like Beastie's pushing on this right side. Takes care of the keep, and that denies the gold. That is a huge issue for 3DB. 3DB's gold income is going to be relatively poor here. Look at that, almost double for Beastie. As we talked about earlier, that's going to become a problem. Maybe looking to defend the Sacred Site. That could be a win condition actually for 3DB. If you can get some stone walls up and protect these areas, that could be a good way to win the game on the other side of things, the north side. There is a bombard taking down that keep with the relic inside as well. But in order to push down the south, Beastie had to give up a little bit on the north. Gold is very quickly running out for Beastie there. Here are the bombards. 4 of them. But these are relatively unprotected. You kind of worry about this a little bit, especially if infantry come in. Oh, looks like 3DB is going to dock here. If he takes this dock, if he gets this dock, gets a couple of Bauschwans, these guys are gone, and that's going to be a huge problem for Beastie rather. For sure, he might have infinite gold, but there's only so much he can abuse the market, and he's not going to have any food income. All 4 lakes would be under the control of 3DB at that point. Looking to snag that relic B. Probably won't be able to get away with it. Certainly won't. A lot of bombards, Nesta Bs. Looks like it's full siege in terms of Nesta Bs, bombards, and these Palace Guards. Adding for the protection for that siege. Dock does go up, and what will we see being queued up? His population cap can't even build anything, even if he wanted to. Beastie getting that way as well. This is the issue. He's had the Palace of Swabia printing villagers for quite some time now. So B's going to be on a bit of trouble here. He's going to try and defend and stop this keep going up, but I'm not sure he's going to manage it. He's going to focus on the siege instead. There are 4 bombards there. 5 bombards. That'll probably just one-shot him. Yeah, almost one-shots it. The Lance Connector going to try and take out a Bombard or two. Will he manage one? Paliscar's focusing on the Lance Connector. I think this is not a great trade for Beastie, all things considered. Because he just manages to only get one. Villagers are repairing the Bombards and the Paliscars sweep it up, and this is a problem now for Beastie. Beastie's down to 50 military, 92 for 3DB. This could be the big fight we've been looking for. This could be the game-changing fight because Beastie lost a lot there, trying to chase down the siege, the Bombards. Paliscars run in, going to be looking to take down the siege for Beastie, and he's getting much better results at doing that. Bombards in the back line keep going up by B to defend this position and the relic. There is spoiling all there, that's going to do a lot of damage, but Beastie's looking under a lot of pressure here. This could be coming to an end. 43 minutes on the game timer, and the population looking super strong for 3DB. He's got resources in the bank, he's got 2.5k gold, despite running out on the map, and this gold position could be his if he pushes forward even more. 3 Bombards being repaired by villagers, Nesta B's, Paliscars, everything. He's getting everything in a strong position here on the left side. On the south side, nothing else happening here, apart from Beastie gathering resources in terms of wood, but this is where he's being pushed. If this keep goes down, you just feel like 3DB is going to push on from there, getting outposts as well. I think 3DB smells it. He smells blood. Nesta B is going to get great firing off at the Lance Connector. Villagers need to run away. They do. Paliscar is going to come back and to sort of sweep things up. Nesta B is pushing forward. The keep goes down, and Regnitz Cathedral is exposed. If that goes down, Beastie's going to run out of all gold. And that's going to be a huge problem because there are lots of Bombards there. It looks like an army that 3DB has. Beastie will struggle to push. Beastie's looking in trouble here. 118 population versus 200 effectively. And the booming up for 3DB has been really successful. Lots of army on the field, and you just get the feeling that Beastie doesn't have enough. I think he's going to take out the Regnitz Cathedral next. Once that goes down, that spells trouble. There it is. There's the GG. Beastyqt calls it 3DB. Gets to the semi-finals. He wins this set 2-1 in fantastic fashion. One of the best games I've seen in Age of Empires 4 in a long time. I hope you guys enjoy this casted game. We've got plenty of Age of Empires 4 content coming your way on this channel. Specifically, now that 3DB is into the semi-finals, wouldn't you want to know who he's up against? Do catch out the quarterfinals matchup between Leenock and Wham. The winner of that set will be your semi-finalist to go against B. Take care, and see you next time.